Hi, welcome back to another exciting video. I've been reacting to videos where parents go head on with school board and usually about the books they put in the library and all of those things that go on in their child's school. So today we are seeing this video from Fox News and it's titled "The 5 Praise Parents for Going Head to Head with Woke School Board." Let's quickly check this out together.
It's a result against the left's radical identity politics agenda all across the country. Remember that New Jersey school district that yanked all holiday names off the calendar just to avoid hurt feelings? Well, they just reversed course. Concerned parents say they're being smeared as, quote, right-wing fanatics after calling out the school board.
Have brought shame and notoriety upon our idyllic town. So after you overturn this idiotic decision, you will resign. All of you will resign today.
You've managed to wake up the entire community of Randolph. This is a flashpoint. We draw the line in the sand. You have overreached.
That's probably good.
In Loudoun County, Virginia, the epicenter of the pushback against critical race theory, the school board there is meeting for the final time this year tonight. Parents telling school officials they won't be silenced.
This is about a parents' movement to take back our schools, to get a seat at the table with how our schools are run. You have special interests, you have activists, that's the only groups they seem to listen to, whereas parents show up every day to try and make their voices heard, and we get ignored.
And in Colorado, a mayor there tried to suspend the Pledge of Allegiance at school board meetings due to unspecified reasons, but attendees recited it anyway.
Due to direct and indirect threats, inappropriate comments in and out of public meetings, and the general divisiveness issues creating in our community, we will not be doing the Pledge of Allegiance during Town of Silverton Board of Trustee meetings.
But it's just been done for a long time.
I understand.
We all took an oath, and we as a board collectively decided it would be done.
This is not up for discussion at this moment.
Oh, not up for discussion, Dana. Do you really think it was divisive, the pledge? Maybe one person said they didn't like it?
Yeah, maybe they got like a tweet.
Right.
A tweet, and there's a panic. When everybody attending the meeting stands up and says the pledge anyway, at the end, that guy, the moderator, he says, "That's out of order." I think that you're showing examples all across America, first of all, of what it's like to actually attend a school board meeting. I was talking to a guy the other day who was at one of the Randolph meetings. He said, "Never go to a school board meeting in my life." And now they've gone to several of them, and you see American parents all across the country saying, "Wait, what's going on in my school district?" and showing up at school board meetings, which is actually, I think, very healthy. You want people to be more energized and engaged, and possibly you'll see somebody, like an Ian Pryor. I'm not speaking for him, I don't know, but you could imagine that because he has awoken this movement in Loudoun County, Virginia, perhaps he'll run for school board. Nope. You always ask yourselves, well, would you want to run? Would you want to run? And actually getting into the arena is one of the important things. The average American is more patriotic, more moderate, more, much less partisan than any media conversation would have you think.
And that's where the action is, Greg, school board meetings.
Yeah, look, I'm a little pessimistic. I think it's too late. we have 3 examples here. When you have 3 examples, you have a segment, right?
So true.
It's like if there were 2, we wouldn't have done this. But we had 3, and I applaud it, and these people are brave, but I think it's too late. I think the indoctrination is present in our culture, our entertainment industry, academia, and also our corporations. Have you seen a typical HR email lately? We won't mention it, but the language is directly lifted from academic identity politics lexicon. It is everywhere you look. I don't think I've seen anything spread so fast in my life, and it preys upon these the 2 flaws of human nature. One of them is fear. People are terrified of being ostracized or losing their jobs, or both, which is why you see students parroting this woke babble from their teachers, and you see corporate execs embracing the diversity platitudes, and why entertainers are so desperately waving the BLM flag. It's because they'd rather you not look in their past for any sexual indiscretions. That's fear. But the other thing is that fear causes people to blend in. right? This is why human beings imitate each other's behavior. They don't want to stand out. That was the whole that was a method for survival. So if you don't want the woke after you, then you parrot the woke, right? It's mimetic camouflage. So that's why I believe that this stuff is spreading, and I don't know how to stop it, because fear and just wanting to belong is letting it happen, and it's happening all around us. That's why these things are. I'm glad they're there at the school board, and maybe that's where the fight has to happen, because it's visual and people will be persuaded by it. But I think about, like, are we going to have a fight with our corporate HR? No. Are people going to fight at the principals at their school? Well, I guess they are. But at the colleges, are they going to go after entertainment? I don't know.
Well, I, for one, think our HR department does a bang-up job.
I was using it as a generic.
I'm kidding. But I think you're right about corporate America. They've surrendered to the woke people. But I disagree on the school board front, Dagan. I think parents are very outraged, and they're not going to put up with it anymore. And that's where they're getting traction. And that's why we're showing this.
And that's where the change begins to happen, because the people who are working in HR at these major corporations, who are making marketing decisions purely for the fringe left, they were indoctrinated through college, and that's who's working in these corporations now. So if you start at even the grade school level, the high school level, but to Dana's point, most Americans are go along, get along kind of folks who really try to avoid controversy. They work their asses off. They're dealing with their families and their friends and church, and maybe they want to go fishing once every few months. They really don't have time for this nonsense. But all it takes is one small group of trifling, sanctimonious jerks to set them off. And I call it the reverse domino theory. So instead of falling down one by one, you have it just takes one person to stand up, one outraged parent, one or citizen speaking up, and then 10 more will stand up because they feel supported, and they get loud, and that's how change happens. And this is not, they're trying to paint it like these are conservative parents and conservative individuals. No way. You start to look at who a lot of these people are. They are across the spectrum of races and socioeconomic groups, but they see their children being indoctrinated into hate.
It's like you're talking about an educational tea party.
Yep.
You know?
Grassroots.
Yeah.
That's where the action is. Richard, I assume you agree with everything that was just said.
Listen, I spent my afternoon reading some of these critical race theory bills because I think reading is fundamental.
I've never heard of that.
Wow, interesting.
And you know what? I was dismayed because not only are these bills poorly worded and vague in their writing, but some of these bills make literally no sense, right? The bill in Iowa bans the teaching, and I wrote it down. It bans the teaching of the following topics: sexism, slavery, racial segregation.
That's not true.
Well, it's in the bill. Did you read it?
That is not true.
Did you read it?
I haven't read the bill.
Okay,
but I would bet. No, I will tell you something. I will bet.
Then you
cannot
don't know.
find anything in the bill that says we will not teach slavery in school in Iowa.
It says it's prohibited from the curriculum.
I guarantee you, Richard,
it's prohibited
that
from the
they have not
curriculum.
prohibited the teaching of slavery in history class in the state of Iowa. I guarantee that's wrong.
Allow me to finish.
And I say that with no knowledge of the bill.
Okay, well,
no knowledge of the bill. Because if that actually was in the bill, it would have been the front page of every newspaper in this country.
Well, it actually was in Iowa, but back to what I was saying.
Johnny,
so the topics that it currently blocks is sexism, slavery, racial segregation, racial discrimination, including topics related to the enactment and the enforcement of laws resulting in sexism, racial oppression, and segregation. That's like half of American history.
Yeah, so you're saying history's banned.
Excuse me.
History's banned
so
in
what
Iowa.
That actually means is if you're a student, a high school student in Iowa, and you're studying for the American AP history exam, you're likely to fail because half of these topics won't be taught.
So
good luck to the students in Iowa, and the bill in Oklahoma,
from 1776.
And
they're
the
not
bill in
teaching
Tennessee.
From 1776
well, actually,
to 1965.
They can't teach.
That's all. History starts in 1965 in Iowa.
Actually, if you really were to be specific, they really couldn't teach 1976 because Abigail Adams' letters to her husband about remembering the women would actually be illegal.
No, that's what I'm saying. They don't even start in 1776.
I'm just telling you what the bill says.
History starts in Iowa,
which is part of the problem.
In 1965.
Which is part of the problem because when
Richard.
you attack critical race theory and actually not talk about what's actually being taught in class, which is the truth about American history, we have this dilemma, which is vaguely, poorly written, quickly written bills that make absolutely, positively no sense.
We will find out the truth about the bill in Iowa and then we will tell you
Have fun
as
reading
soon
them.
as
I
we
did.
find out.
Hey, Sean Hannity here.
Make sure you find out about the bill. So this video was actually shot about 3 years ago. So I'm sure they would have read about the bill and found out which is true and which is not true, because I don't know. I can't really say. But I would really love to know your thoughts concerning that bill, because when it comes to kids and history and what the children of America should know, that I think it is very important. So please let us know what you think about that in the comment section. About the parents going head to head with woke school board, first of all, I feel like parents should not be silenced when it comes to the well-being of their kids, the academic well-being of their kids. Parents should not be silent. They should have the front row when it comes to conversations like this. But kicking them out and making it look like they do not have a say in it, then I think it is totally wrong and unacceptable. So I love the fact that parents are coming up together and rising up to this teacher, school board, telling them no, no, no. Do you understand? And making sure that they have the first front row to whatever decisions is being made in school. I think that is the right thing to do. I mean, the school board should consist of parents. That's why it's called PTA, Parents Teachers Association, where parents are there, teachers are there. They make joint decisions for the academic well-being of their kids, because I mean, the indoctrinating going on right now, and so sad that a lot of times it is the school that actually heads this thing. It is very scary. So pushing the parents back, I don't think is the right thing to do. So this is a good thing that the parents are actually going head to head. In fact, we saw short clips of where a parent was telling teachers they have to resign. They have to resign because they have gotten it up to here. They can't take it anymore. More videos will be coming up where we see parents going head to head with its woke school board. This is interesting to see. I'm amazed. Even though this video was filmed about 3 years ago, I'm hoping that, you know, now it is better. I mean, I hope it is better. I hope it is better. But I really love to know your thoughts concerning this conversation. What do you think? What are your thoughts? Please drop them all in the comment section below. Do well to like, share, subscribe, turn on the post notification bell, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.